down, 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 up, up, left, right, go, go. Oh. Yeah, I don't think yelling at the ball is I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, no. How we doing, everyone? My name is Brent Barker, and welcome back to another Brent Barker Classic Swing video. As we can see from our first video, we talked about a lot of different lies and how the ball is going to work with the ground. And for this video, we're actually going to work on shot shape and trajectory. This is mainly going to be with the club and not necessarily with the ground. Let's get right to it. All right. For this first shot, we're going to focus on trajectory. And I'm talking about high trajectory, baby. How this is going to work for us, it's going to be like this. Ball is set up normal, right in the middle of our stance. What we're going to do is we're going to move it up in our stance. We're going to keep a smooth swing throughout the entire time. And what this is doing, this is actually changing the dynamic loft of the club as well as the angle of attack. So with those two things, we're going to maintain a smooth swing, and all it is, just like we're hitting a regular ball, just move it up a little bit. Perfect. Let's see what it looks like. Nice and easy. Refreshing. All right, for this next shot, we're going to focus on the low trajectory shot. Not the high trajectory, low trajectory, baby. Okay, this is how it's going to work. Ball is in the middle of our stance. Move that around. Ball's in the middle of our stance. We're actually going to bump it back a little bit. Second thing we're going to do, a little bit of forward weight. Not too much, right? Not too much. Not way back here on our back, on our back side of the foot, or leg, body. You know what I'm talking about. A little bit up here. Third thing we're going to focus on is a little bit of forward shaft lean. That's going to produce that ball to get a low flight in the ground, off the ground, a low flight, piercing through the sky, getting on the green, getting about 3 or 4 feet, something like that. What this is going to do, it's going to help with the lowering of the dynamic loft of the club, as well as, yeah, just kind of that. Maybe the angle of attack. We'll get a good example about this, and we'll get going. Perfect. Perfect. We're going to move on to the next shots. We're going to focus on 2 right here for this one. We got the infamous fade and the famous draw. Let's get right to it. How it's going to work is 2 things. We have to look at club path relation and club head relation compared to the target. So club path, for example, we got to focus on 2 things. We're hitting a fade. It's got to be in to out. That club path has to be in relation to the target. If we're saying that red stick is our target, it's actually got to be inside that target compared to where our body is. And then the club head relation to the target line has to be in between that target line there and this shaft line where the club shaft is going, in that relation. So right about there. It's going to be pretty simple. All it is it's going to create a nice fade, and nothing to be forced about this shot. We don't need to do anything crazy here. We just need to go and get it straight down. Get that club path in. That club face has to be pointed just a little bit inside of that club path compared to that as well, in between the target line and the club path. And you should get something that looks pretty nice and a little bit of a kisser cut. How about that? Bang. And then moving on, let me get one more ball here so we can get going. With this last shot here, we're going to work on that infamous, famous draw that everybody has sought out for, that they want to do. It's going to be pretty simple. The complete opposite of that. complete opposite of what we're talking about. When I'm looking at a draw, I got to make sure that if my target line is that red stick right there, I got to make sure that my club is coming in between that target line and the club path line, right? Coming in between that, and my club face is pointed at impact in between those two right there. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. I mean, that's tried and true way to hit a draw. Nothing to be forcing about with these shots. And one thing a lot of people say is like, hey, I can just move my body this way and my back foot and all this stuff. It might work. That's not how the swing is. The swing is based off this guy right here, the club. Let's see a nice draw. Perfect. All right. To conclude this video, we focused on 4 things today. We focused on that high trajectory shot, that low trajectory shot. We focused on that nice little fade and that nice little draw that we mentioned. If you have any other questions or anything like that, feel free, shoot me a DM or a text, and we'll sort things out. Otherwise, just remember one thing. I want you guys to smash that like button, hit that subscribe key, and remember, stay classy, San Diego. Thank you.